Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lord.
Oh, Lord, we're a hot mess.
Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
God damn!
Hey, this is only our third thing that we're recording in a single day.
3. So the setup is a little bit different on
Yeah.
account of we just recorded with Crawl Space.
Yeah, that live crime and culture. Yeah, no big deal. You girls just went live.
Yeah.
Hope you made it.
You girls went live. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
We talked about a lot of things. We
So many things.
talked about cheese on apple pie,
Which is
I'm
weird.
Still fucking against. That sounds terrible.
For it, maybe.
I am not certain if he was joking or not.
I'm not concerned. I would still try it. Even if it was a joke, I would
That's
still
gross.
try it.
That's gross.
Yeah, I
mean,
would.
to be honest, I do love cheese. I love me some melted cheese, and I do love me some apple pie. Don't think I'm willing to try it, though, you know?
Yeah, you wouldn't even try it.
I don't know. It depends. I'd have to see it. If it still looked like a slice, I don't think I'm in.
Okay,
You know?
okay. There are stipulations.
Yeah, I can't commit to trying it.
Ugh,
Maybe if I was high.
perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would try anything if I were high.
I know that.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I do.
Anyway, yeah, so our setup's a little different if you're on the Patreon, but then you also know that if you're on the Patreon.
True.
So you know everything already. But
Well, you
anyway.
know, we should just address it for everyone.
Yeah, because we were too lazy to move everything again.
We were.
Because we've recorded 3 in one day.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still just young and spry and ready to fucking hit your ear balls with crime.
Yeah, but we were like, move our chairs 1 foot to the left and right.
Too much work.
Not tonight.
Also, it's hot as fuck in here still. It's fall, right? I don't
It's fall, y'all.
know. I don't even know if it's fall, but like my kid came home with like a coloring page that says like first day of fall. So I'm taking that as like it's fall.
Happy fall, y'all.
Yeah. And it's still hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck.
Why?
So hot.
Why?
Because it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter around here. I remember it gets hot all the way into like November.
Yeah.
Like real hot, like 90s. And you're like, it is fucking November. You're at the pumpkin patch, sweating tits. You're supposed to be drinking hot cider. And instead the pumpkins are rotting and you're like, this is miserable.
Yep. All those things are accurate.
Hit me with your goddamn.
Well, you know, I've been waffling on my goddams, but I think I'm going to go with like a relatively okay-ish good one right now.
Oh, nice. I love it.
And that is that I actually made an appointment to get my hair done like a normal person. And
I'm
haven't
so excited for you.
done that in literally like
Millions of years.
5 years.
Wow.
probably, something like that.
That's a
like,
long time.
I think Alexis's cousin bleached my hair all out last time. And
Yeah.
that was the last time I've been to a salon.
Yeah.
And so then before that, like, she didn't cut it or anything. I don't remember. But like,
I think when Darcy got married, I don't know why I remember this. When Darcy got married and I was super fucking pregnant with my second kid.
so 3 years.
Yeah. You had walked in because we were going to Lips for the Bachelorette and your hair was short. And you're like, I cut my hair. And I was like, oh my God, it's so cute.
Sarah cut my hair.
Oh. So even longer.
Even longer. Yeah, Sarah cut my hair. And then right after that was when Alexis's cousin bleached it.
Ah.
So
Well, congratulations. Are you
thank you.
super excited?
I am super excited, and we'll see how it fucking goes. And I'm still a cheap bastard, so I'm probably going to be like, this is fucking expensive. Why am I going to pay this much for
Yeah,
this?
it is expensive to get your hair did.
But I'm just
Dude,
gonna-
highly recommend Supercuts if you just go with the cuts. I don't know about anything else, but like my lady at Supercuts fucking nailed it. And it was only $20. And I'm like, what? Like I'm
You're
used to paying like $160 for
Yeah.
stupid hair stuff.
Yeah. I'm expecting to pay like over $200 or some shit.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's ridiculous. It's
so
ridiculous.
silly.
And also, I have to buy a fucking gown. Can I just loop that in here?
Yeah, that's a lot.
have to
But
buy a
you're also
fucking
going on
gown.
a cruise.
Pinkies up, ladies.
Yeah, pinkies up.
Yeah.
Getting my hair done, getting
I
a
need to get my
ball
hair done.
gown.
Yeah, Brandon was like, get your hair done and make a nail appointment before the cruise. And I was like, do you think I'm ugly?
What are you telling me? He's like just
Yeah.
trying to treat you.
He is. He's like, oh, do something for yourself. Like all these nice things and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like your attitude.
I'll do it if I want to, but also thank you. I'm gonna go do it and spend
But, like,
$200
Can I have Friday night off?
Yeah,
I'm
like-
gonna go get my hair done.
because I'm not gonna be a mom at
Yeah,
all.
that sounds so nice. It sounds
That
so
does
nice.
sound super awesome.
So I'm pretty excited to finally be pretty again. And we'll
Hell
see how
yeah,
that
you're
goes.
always pretty.
Thanks. You have to say that.
I do not have
And then
to
I
say
might get
that.
a fucking gown, and I don't know what kind of gown I'm gonna get, but maybe it'll be backless because they live my best life.
That's right. Fuck
Weird,
backs.
Weird ass fucking moles on my back.
I love it.
But those backless dresses are so pretty.
They are so
And I'm going to put
cute.
it on and be like, I'm far too short and fat for this. But you know what?
You are not.
You know what?
You're just going to live your best life and do it.
I
You know
am.
what? You make your reality.
Yeah. And I'll be on a fucking boat.
You belong in that dress.
Who is going to tell me, like,
I'm on a boat.
ma'am, you can't wear flip-flops on this boat? I'll be like, you're on a boat.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
shouldn't even have
ocean.
shoes on, bro.
Fuck your
Boat rules.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I know, I'm
Are
pretty
you pumped
excited.
for your cruise?
Yes and no. The kids are coming with, so that'll be a whole new experience.
Yeah.
But there is like a child center to where you can be like, bye.
They're going to have so much fun.
They are going to have so much fun. But then Brandon's mom is like, we shouldn't take them into Mexico. And I'm like, do you think they'll get kidnapped? Maybe.
Like, where are you going? And are you going to go in, like, the fucking...
Like Ensenada and stuff.
I think you'll be okay.
I think so too, but I don't know. And also, I don't want to like have a drink or something and then get that weird anxiety and be like, someone's gonna take my kid and whatever.
Yeah, that's
and then
not something
become
to
like
fuck
a
around
helicopter
with.
mom.
Yeah.
Brandon just told me last night that like you were a really bad helicopter mom, and I was like,
What?
yeah. I was like, oh,
You?
apparently,
That
allegedly,
actually is shocking.
according to him, yeah,
Really? What were you doing?
literally nothing. He was
You know
high on
what?
the
You
couch.
do... Okay, you do helicopter on the dumb things, though, but it's something you do in your life anyway, about, like, stickers or crayon. Actually, you don't really about stickers.
No, that's a rule in our house.
And
Fucking
actually,
stick
to be
stickers.
honest, I've never actually witnessed it. We always just joke about it.
yeah, no,
Like your
my
kids line things up in colors and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's fucking Aaron, but that's just natural. It's not like you are the helicopter.
Yeah. They just do that shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like put the red one by the blue one.
No, but I feel like you don't let them play with like slime because that's messy, or like
Oh,
Play-Doh. Well, you even said with Play-Doh you don't give a fuck if they mix colors, but like it gives you anxiety.
I don't care if they mix colors. Play-Doh is whatever. I'll let them play with Play-Doh. Sand and slime are not allowed inside my house.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
you are
because-
strict.
But it sticks to it. Like
I
it
got
just
slime on
sit-
my carpet.
Yeah, I bet you fucking did.
I don't
Because you're
care.
like, here's some slime. Good luck. Go play. Live
I
your
just
best
don't
life.
care.
I have new carpets.
I do too.
I like my carpets.
Just don't care. I did.
Nah,
I
you
just-
don't because you got slime in them.
It's not that I hate them though.
I
I'm just
still
like,
like my
whatever.
carpets.
Whatever.
They're the softest carpets you ever did walk on.
Yeah, you do have really soft carpets.
paid extra for that.
But it does surprise me. Not that you're a helicopter about that, though. I think that's pretty normal that people
But
are
they
like,
can
I don't
play
want
with it
fucking slime.
outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go on your fucking outside table.
Yeah.
Stop at the door.
Get the fuck out of here with
And
that
they
slime.
metal detect you for slime and fucking sand.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kinetic sand shit.
Oh,
Not
yeah, that
in my
shit gets
house,
everywhere.
man.
I just vacuum it up.
I let them play with it inside, but then it's just too much. And they
It
play
is
with
a
it
lot.
for like 14 seconds, and
I
then they're
know.
like, anyway, I'm done here.
It's true. It's true.
And it's everywhere.
Very valid points. You're not wrong.
So they just don't, like, why have it then? You just don't, you can play with literally anything else. You have 4,000 other toys.
Hey, Mitch, you want an apple?
No, I don't, Stacey. You know this.
I know this. I know this about you.
Anyway, give me your goddamn.
Okay, my goddamn's actually kind of super exciting, and it happened right before you got here. Okay, so I got a letter. We just got a letter. Right? I got a card from a listener because it was my birthday, and it's from Brenda. And I'm not going to give away much information because I'm going to try
It's
and...
Brenda or Barbara?
Barbara, sorry. I don't know why I
Louise.
said Brenda. I don't know. I'm high. I'm not high yet, but I will be. But anyway, so Barbara sends me a letter, right? Yay. So excited. I was so happy. And then I'm like, oh, that was such a nice card. And I look at it and it's from Holiday, Florida. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's where like Jamie Ann and I met.
Yeah.
That's where I lived. It's not a giant community from what I recall.
yeah.
So I screenshot the address. Sorry, Barbara. Don't worry. It's not a serial killer. And I send it to Jamie Ann, and I'm like, Jamie Ann, what are the fucking odds? Like, do you know Barbara? And she's like, I don't know who that is. But she lives, like, you lived on the corner of her street and then my street. So we
All lived.
are invisible neighbors. I don't know what that means.
That's so cool.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
So you would have lived like,
Barbara.
on the same street as her?
Like, I lived on the corner of her street and a street called Kilburn Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
And I lived in the corner house. And we used to have, my dad built a pond and like put a fountain in it and it like shot up almost to the roof of the house.
Oh my God.
And we used to always joke like that is like in the neighborhood, you'd be like, make a left at the fountain or
Yeah,
whatever. Because
yeah.
it was like obnoxious. I
Barbara,
know.
go find her house, her old house. Do you think they still have the fountain? Tell us if they still
No,
have the
they
fountain.
don't. I've
Oh.
I've been to visit since we lived in that house, like when I was younger, like 13 or something, and it was already gone then. And the pool in the backyard was gone because we dug a hole to put the pool in the backyard.
God damn.
We only lived there for 6 months, but we were doing some work there.
You only lived there for 6 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, Barbara, I kind of remember somebody saying, I'm from Holiday. I wonder if it was Barbara.
I bet it was.
My brain gets it all mixed up, but I am fucking shocked. And I thought, oh, Jamie Ann must be a friend of Jamie Ann. And she was like, I don't know who that is. Barbara, how did you
Jamie
find
Ann's
us?
best friend.
Yeah. Also, how'd you find us? Go triangulate everybody's location. Also on Google Maps, I looked up like my old home and I'm like, wow, it looks a little rough.
Oh, how much is it worth?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I didn't look on Zillow. It was like Google Maps. But also, I was in 4th grade, right? So I was like 8 or 9, and I thought that house was like a mansion.
Yeah.
Also grew up in a trailer, so like any house was like
is a mansion.
amazing. Yeah.
Is
And I
that
looked at it,
double
like,
wide?
it's really not that big. It looks really old. But
Well,
anyway,
you thought my house was a mansion.
it is a mansion.
It's not.
Your house is fucking massive.
It's not. It's not.
You could-
There's more
we-
airspace than anything.
We cannot record in your house because there is an echo in a majority of the rooms.
That's because there's more airspace than anything. There's more airspace than like square footage.
There is still plenty of square footage. You mean like vaulted ceilings?
Yeah.
Only mansions have vaulted ceilings.
No, only places without attics.
You have an attic. Not an addict.
I hope I don't have an addict up there.
Anyway, so that's my goddamn. I'm so
Goddamn.
excited that my neighbor mailed me.
How fun is that? Yeah. That's really cool.
Also, how long have you
Small
been there,
fucking
Barbara?
world. I know, right? What if she lived there back in the day?
Do you know me?
What if she saw you guys meet and then was like, I want to be friends with them. And then she
And we
was
always
like,
shunned her.
no, she was starting to walk over. And that's when you guys like ran away to your respective houses to go ask if you could play with each other. And she was like, what the fuck?
Maybe.
And it was like a missed connection. Craigslist missed connection.
Ugh. Found on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how Barbara knows about this podcast. Because what a fucking small world.
Barbara, how do you know
Barbara.
about the podcast?
Anyway, I'm super excited. Okay. On that note, do you want to hear my murder case that I have conjured up for you today?
I do.
This week, I'm going to tell you about Josephine Gray.
Josephine Gray.
Okay, this is one of those cases where I don't know much about her childhood or anything, so we're kind of diving right into the meat and potatoes.
Perfect. Let's go.
So, Josephine was born in 1946, and she lived in the state of Maryland.
Okay.
I guess she kind of had a rough childhood, don't know anything about it.
Well, it's right after World War II, so she was probably poor.
Living in the Dust Bowl. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. I don't know.
In Maryland, sounds poor. Actually sounds really nice.
I know. Actually, it really does. So, Josephine was described as flamboyant and always wore a lot of makeup and tight skirts, like as she gets older, right? Not as a kid.
Okay.
And basically always trying to be all fancy and put together. And some people described her as like, it looked like she just walked out of modeling school.
Ooh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Ahead of the times, a little fashionista.
Exactly.
All right.
And she also loved really nice cars and shopping sprees.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, right? Like the finer things in life.
Mm.
And people described her as almost like a flaunter, you know?
Ooh.
Like, I want to have the nicest things. I want to look the nicest. That kind of.
She was looking to be a trophy wife kind of thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I get
So,
it.
as she became a young adult, the men that she typically were attracted to were the quiet and compliant type.
I mean, honestly.
Who isn't, you know? Like,
If
how
I
would you
could go-
describe him?
If I could do it over again, quiet and compliant are going to be my top 2 fucking
Could you
check
imagine
marks.
that on like a Tinder, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm quiet and compliant.
Yes, please. Pick a couple of more adjectives. Oh, obedient? Yeah. Check that one.
Doting.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'll have 2.
Yeah. And she likes the finer things in life, so
Yeah.
she's got to have someone who can afford that.
Right?
Someone who's quiet, compliant, and rich.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
exactly.
Sign me up.
Girl knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So these kind of guys also were the kind that like liked staying home, watching TV, fixing cars, drinking beer, that kind of stuff.
Fucking
like
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. Right. I feel like I picked a quiet, compliant guy.
You really did.
Yeah.
I
I'm
did
checking all
not.
these boxes. I just don't enjoy the finer things in life as I should.
I know, right?
I'm like, you know what though? But like Walmart sells the same T-shirt for $5.
But you are going to a fucking mansion in Colorado for Thanksgiving.
True.
It's about travel, not about the finer clothes.
Exactly.
You know?
Like I didn't pick the mansion. They were just like, also I picked this place. Here's how much it's going to be. And I was like, fucking down. I'll show up. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so in 1967, so she's like now 21 right now.
Got it.
She met and married her first husband,
Ooh, number 1. All right.
a man by the name of Norman Strilling.
Okay.
And together they had 5 children.
God damn.
That's a lot of fucking kids.
What's her name?
Josephine.
God damn, Josephine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a lot of fucking kids.
That's so many kids. And so during this time, Josephine actually worked as a school janitor in the Upper Marlboro Reds. Okay. In the Upper Marlboro, Maryland's public schools.
Okay.
Marbles in my mouth.
Okay. Number one,
Yes.
I love that she is into the finer things in life and yet humble enough to be like, and also I need a job. I'm going to be a janitor. Like,
you know what? I've been thinking about this a lot in my life lately, and I'm like, oh, I really want to be a school teacher. Like, like a younger school teacher. Like, I want to make my classroom fun and do like fun little things.
you're
and
not
then-
younger anymore.
Me?
Yeah.
Did I say I was younger? I wanted.
You said you wanted to be a younger school teacher.
Oh, well, you fucking idiot! I mean, for younger kids.
Oh. I was like, that's not possible. You can change your career, but you can't change that.
I thought you were giving me a dad joke, and I was like, you fucking idiot! I didn't mean to literally call you a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, she's really dumb.
Oh man, no! I thought you were just like razzing me there.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was like, that's impossible. The young ones now are like 20. You don't compete.
Oh my God, no! I mean, like, I would just love to teach younger kids
Younger
and
kids.
be like,
I get it. Be like
Red light,
Miss
green light,
Frizzle.
that
Yeah,
kind of shit.
yeah.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. But also, I'm like, dude, being a janitor sounds legit. You just listen to music all day, and you're like scrubbing toilets. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. Like, I'll do the little thing. I ain't gotta talk to nobody. All I gotta do is be like, all right, make sure you clean the toilets, take out the trash. Like, you get a little checklist. I do my little checklist every day. I listen to my podcast, and then I go. That sounds great. Like, why are we all like janitors?
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be a janitor at a school, though. We had a janitor. His name was Rolly. Fucking loved him. He was the greatest
I
guy.
didn't know. See,
Because
that's
everybody
okay.
knew him. He was so
See,
nice. He
that
talked
would
to
be
everyone.
me as a janitor.
Yeah, and then someone, he was like
Uh-oh.
an older guy too, and then
Uh-oh.
someone, Izzy, I remember him too, because he was a fucking asshole.
Is he?
He like took I don't know what the fuck it was, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something, like, and opened it and smushed it all in Rolly's hair. Like, rubbed it on his head. And poor Rolly was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, isn't that fucked up? That was
What
in
the
elementary
fuck?
school.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I would pop a motherfucker in his mouth.
Yeah. I think he got suspended or something, but like,
And then
I
I'd
felt-
be like,
I w-
by
I
the
wanted-
way, I cleaned the fucking whatever thing you put your mouth on with the toilet brush.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I wanted to cry for him. I was so sad for him. Rolly,
that's
the
pretty fucked
janitor.
up. Yeah. What
I
an
was so
asshole.
sad. Hmm.
Well, I wouldn't be that kind of janitor.
You wouldn't be so friendly that people.
Oh, no.
abused you?
I would just get arrested for like
Pop a
attacking a child. I
motherfucker.
would pop a mother, but try to put a peanut butter jelly on my head. All right,
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That kid
Or
was
I
an
would just
asshole.
eat it. You know?
Like, can't get me.
Yeah. Love peanut butter jelly.
Gotta get past this mouth.
Thanks, Izzy. Fucking asshole. All right. So, yes, she works as a janitor.
Okay, cool. Good for her.
Okay. So now everything that I find online, it seems that Josephine and Norman's marriage was not that great.
He was not so quiet and compliant.
Well, I think he was too quiet and too compliant, and
Uh-oh.
she was like mean. It's clear that she wore the pants in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Norman started to confide in his close friends that he feared her and that he was afraid that she might harm him someday.
Oh.
And one morning, he woke up to Josephine pointing a gun at him while he was sleeping, and she pulled the trigger and the gun jammed. And so he survived.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I don't think she likes me. Like, something is,
Is it me?
yeah, there's something wrong here.
I don't think she likes me.
But he ends up staying.
I'm in danger.
Oh no, she just tried to kill me. That's scary.
I think we have to talk.
Yeah. Listen, I know it's been a rough day, but if I could have 5 minutes of your time. I seem to see some concerning things happening in our relationship. Yeah, but he ends up staying with her.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Could you imagine staying with someone who fucking tried to kill you?
Pulled a gun on your ass
Yeah.
and pulled the trigger. Ugh. You know how many times I'd bring that up in a fight?
First of all, how embarrassing to attempt to kill someone and the gun jams, and then you just stare at him in the eyes like,
How embarrassing for Norman. He's going to be like, yeah, she fucking tried to kill me.
she tried.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I guess it's not that embarrassing for Norman.
I think it's embarrassing for her because now she has to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you help me out with this? I don't really know how this works. I'm just going to go back to the living room now.
Oh.
You can go back to sleep if you want to.
You can
or
sleep in today.
like,
I'll get the
up
kids.
now.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't even know. Okay, so he ends up staying with her.
Yeah.
And after a few years of marriage, Norman discovers that Josephine had been having an affair
Uh-oh.
with oh God, are you okay?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
With another man, I guess,
Okay. Makes sense. Yep.
who was a coworker.
Okay.
Finish that
Ooh.
sentence. Yeah.
Fellow janitor.
Well, the man that Josephine was having an affair with was a man by the name of Robert Gray, and he would clean offices part-time. So, yes,
Okay.
I
They
guess
probably
that's a
worked
jan-
the same cleaning service.
Exactly. So they like janitored or custodianed or whatever together.
Together. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And Robert was actually a married man
Uh-oh.
with
Don't love that.
6 children.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody's popping out so many goddamn kids.
Why are they having so many kids?
Well, it's like the 70s. We got birth control in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's the old school ways, you know?
Pull out method?
Or like Jesus will save us.
Oh.
Like if
pull out
God
works
wants me
better.
to have all these kids
Yeah.
and fucking murder them out of my own insanity, then let it be.
Oh.
Say la vie, motherfuckers.
Are you foreshadowing right
Am I
now? Are you?
or am I not? Okay, so here we are. She's having an affair with Robert, who is a janitor, a married man of 6 children.
Mm-hmm. With.
That
would be weird if he was married to 6 children.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me there. He was very devoted to his wife and children. And some family members said that he went everywhere with his 2 youngest children, like almost like obsessed. He like worshipped the grounds that they walked on. Like
How
very
sweet.
Yeah, very devoted father.
Mm-hmm.
But around this time that he starts seeing Josephine, and like I said, we're in like the early 70s at this point, his demeanor starts to change.
Uh-oh.
And he becomes distant and he stops hanging out with
Well, he's
friends.
having an affair.
Yeah. Well, he stops hanging out with friends and spending time with the family. And his family claims that it was because of Josephine that he had started isolating himself
Yeah.
from his
sounds
normal
right.
life. But they say that she was like controlling him and not allowing him to spend time with his family. Yeah.
See, I see it as more like he's wanting to spend time with this person who he's not supposed to hang out with, so now he has to start lying and avoiding.
Yeah. Like, oh, I don't want to look the face of doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they're all like, it's Josephine's fault. She has a control on him. She's also kind of known to be like, you know, kind of like a where's the pants in the relationship kind of gal.
Yeah, but also he could just like not cheat on his wife and family.
Yeah, that would be also another solution. But they said that when they would spend time with Robert while he was hanging out with Josephine, he would seem distant and almost sedated. Like a shell of the person that he was.
Like very compliant, you say.
very obedient, perhaps.
Was he also quiet?
Maybe. I don't
Quiet
really
and
know.
obedient or quiet and compliant?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah.
But they noticed that whenever he would spend any span of time with her, that he would be whatever, distant and kind of glazed over and weird. But if he's separated from her for a while and stopped eating the food that she was serving him, he would go back to his normal self. And then when he would go back to Josephine again, he would become distant and kind of glazed over.
Mm-hmm.
And this...
She's still seeing...
She's still with Norman. Like,
Okay.
she's still married to Norman. It's unclear if they're, like, living in the same house or if after he found out that they're cheating, that they kind of separated. I don't really know what's going on, but he's still in the picture.
Okay.
Okay? And we got Robert hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
This is when people began to speculate that Josephine was dealing in witchcraft or voodoo and that she was casting spells on Robert
Mm-hmm.
or hiding things in his food to make him obey her and be loyal to her.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, what kind of things are we talking? Because we're talking like sedatives, that's not a witch. That's more like a medical witch.
Yeah, that's just like a crazy ass bitch.
Modern day,
Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm taking away from this, but also this story is very voodoo heavy, like very curses and ritualistic things. Okay.
Okay. So she was a practicer, a dabbler?
Allegedly, yes. And people knew that about her, I guess. So she must have done it openly. I don't know if there were like rumors or whatever, but they're like, she's a fucking witch and she's into voodoo. And look at Robert, he's under her spell.
Okay.
But like you said, could be stuff in her food.
To be fair.
You know what I mean?
I would probably consider you a witch,
Yeah.
especially during that time.
Yes.
Like, bitch, 70s?
70s?
Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saged the fuck out of you today.
You did. I feel great.
I think we should have done that a long time ago.
I'm no longer haunted. I mean,
Good.
honestly.
Yeah. Really.
Maybe that'll help us, you know?
Yeah, it's got to. Yeah, I would have been a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Considered
See?
by their stand, like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't practice any sacred religion and you just sage shit, and also you like to read tarot cards, you're a witch.
Burn her.
Yeah, and like you like to listen to fucking yoga flutes. Actually, I really don't like the flute music,
Ah,
in case you're wondering.
I was.
Yeah, so exactly. So everybody's like, it's a witch. And she's like,
Yeah, I am.
it's
What are
fair
you going to
trial.
do about it?
Yeah. This goes on for some time. Norman's still in the picture. They haven't, like, they're still married or whatever. And Josephine's still cheating or sneaking and geeking, whatever you want to call it, until
Mm-hmm.
March of 1974. Norman is found shot to death in his car,
Uh-oh.
which was parked on the side of a road in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Okay.
Obviously, with Josephine cheating on Norman, she was the first suspect, along with Robert.
He didn't shoot himself then.
Yeah. No. It was like a clear murder.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, well, Josephine's fucking around and they're jealous, whatever, jealous rage. Maybe Robert shot him or something, you know,
Yeah.
like they're suspecting.
There's a
them.
motive here between these two people.
Precisely. And they also, for some reason, were suspecting Josephine's brother. Now, I don't know how the brother gets brought in. I just saw it in an article and I was like, maybe that'll come up later. And I don't think it ever did. So here we are, just me mentioning it, that her brother was also a suspect. Like, hey, brother, help me out.
All right.
While police were investigating, some family members started to step forward, and maybe this is where the brother comes in, and claimed that Josephine had offered them a few grand to murder Norman for her.
Uh-oh.
But that they had all turned it down. They were like, I'm not going to do your dirty deeds. Done
Yeah.
dirt cheap.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That is pretty dirt cheap.
Yeah, I know. It was like $5,000 or something. But in the 70s, was that like 10 grand? I don't know. Still, it takes so much money to make me murder someone.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, but like, no.
Don't
I don't
need it
want to
that
do the rest of my life in prison. And also, 10 grand isn't enough to bury a body, especially not anywhere near my house.
Well, he didn't bury the body. I mean, whoever
I
did
mean,
the murder.
obviously, yeah, I guess.
Just left him there.
but like, I'm trying to not get caught,
Right?
you know?
Well, after this little new piece of evidence where the family's coming forward and they're like, hey, she tried to like solicit us to hire like a hitman, basically.
Yeah.
Both Josephine and Robert get arrested because they're like, you fucking murdered Norman and we're on to you.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks after his death.
Oh, shit.
That all
Okay.
this start coming up. However, a short time after their arrest, the charges get dropped because all of the witnesses who had come forward, like all of her family members and stuff, they all backed out and stopped cooperating with the police because they were afraid of what Josephine would do. Like if she knew that they were like helping the police, because Josephine ends up making bail. She gets out and now she's free again. And so then all of her family members were like, psych, never mind. I take it back. I don't want to get like a voodoo curse put on me. So then they refused to cooperate with the police.
And this is all her family?
Yeah, this is her family is afraid of her because of her voodoo. And also they're afraid that she's crazy and will shoot them.
Yeah.
So she's out of custody now and they're all scared. And they drop the case because they don't have anybody to
They
like.
don't have any evidence?
They have zero evidence that she actually helped hire whatever, somebody to kill Norman. And
they don't even have fucking witness
they
testimony
don't.
anymore?
That's all they had was witness testimony. So they have to drop the case.
Oh, man.
And so now Josephine and Robert, they're out living their best life, and they get Norman's life insurance policy because it's given to Josephine.
Yeah.
And with that, they go buy themselves a nice new home.
Oh, my God.
They're living free as a
he
bird.
leaves his spouse then?
Yeah, he leaves his spouse, goes and lives with Josephine in a new house bought off of the insurance of the life of the man that she was previously married to. And Robert's like, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'd love to live with this lady.
It's a big ass chunk of change.
Yeah, but also,
11 kids.
yeah,
It's too many fucking kids. That's a big ass house.
that's a lot of kids. But also, Robert's friends and family, again, are like, but she's put him under a spell. So that's why he's doing all this. Okay?
Okay. That's a good out.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, shit, man. I don't fucking know. Maybe voodoo's real.
Maybe.
Who knows? So I wouldn't fuck around with it. I'll tell you that much.
I will fuck around with it, but like not in a bad way. I don't want anything to happen against me, but like
I
I
don't know,
want
but
to see
like,
some shit.
would you fuck around? Oh, yeah. But would you fuck around with a voodoo priestess?
Oh, hell no.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what people think she is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck around with that shit.
No, I'm not fucking around with that.
Like, saw nothing.
But like I do want to go
Yeah.
to a voodoo priest's house and
Oh,
be
I
like,
want
"Can you
some
show me
like
your cauldron."
scry bone, red thingies, whatever, bone scries.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Reaper
yeah.
palm. Tell me about my life. What do you
Uh-huh.
see?
Tell me all those things. I
Yeah.
fuck with that,
Fuck yeah.
but not against it.
No. Yes, exactly. Okay. Robert's family is like, oh, Robert's under her spell. And they claim that Robert's actually not really happy in the house that he's living in. Like, he's living a very miserable life with her.
Uh-oh.
But the couple end up staying together for several years. At one point, Robert had told his friends of abuse that was happening in the house because of how controlling Josephine was.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, she ends up chasing him with a screwdriver and a baseball bat.
Ow. At the same time?
Well, maybe. Ah! Which one are you going to swing and which one are you going to stab?
I mean, you got to have right hand bat, left hand stab.
This feels so weak.
That's true.
You know?
Especially with a screwdriver. That's not even a real good stab.
Yeah. Is it a Phillips or a
I mean,
flathead?
I pictured a flathead, to be honest.
I did too, but like a
Feels-
Phillips would be better.
Yeah, I think so. It felt more like a blade to me, but like that's
Yeah.
not what you're looking for.
No. But I have to say that of my screwdrivers, the Phillips is always like the biggest and long, or not Phillips, the flathead is always the biggest and longest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We have long ones of both, but I was picturing the long ass Phillips head. Yeah,
Yeah.
really get you.
All right. Anyway, so she's chasing him around the house. He's living a shitty life at home, but he stays.
That's a decision.
That is a decision.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's witchcraft.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
For whatever reason, Robert doesn't leave. He stays with her, either by choice or by force, until 1980, when Josephine's younger cousin, who was a teenage boy by the name of Clarence Good, he comes to live with the couple.
Okay.
Maybe I mention it later, but while Robert and Josephine are married, they actually have a baby together.
Goddamn, that's 12 kids.
I know. They have a little girl.
All right.
Okay, so I didn't put that in here, but just so you know, they have a little girl.
Now they're tied together forever.
Yeah, and maybe I put it later, but either way, they're tied together forever, at least 18 years, you know? So the cousin, Clarence Good, he comes and lives with them. Now, Clarence, he was having a tough time where he lived in Brooklyn, New York, and Josephine took him in to help him have a better life.
Yeah. That's a lot of people in a house.
That's so many people.
I'm assuming he has like maybe half custody of his kids.
Maybe
you know?
they swap and they never actually cross paths, you know?
But she has full custody of fucking 6 kids
That must-
plus 7 now.
Yeah. That must have been a lot of insurance payout, like a big ass house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or they all like triple bunk beds,
I don't know.
sleeping on the floor.
See, they didn't explain the sleeping situation or like the home situation.
Yeah.
These are things we need to ask questions about.
I agree.
Okay, so Clarence Good is living with them now, right?
Okay. And this is Josephine's cousin?
Okay. Who's like 13, I think, at the time.
Okay.
So Clarence was described as a shy person who may have been a little depressed and just needed some adult to take him under their wing to help him out.
Yeah, yeah.
So Josephine steps up and promises the family that she'll raise Clarence Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right.
There you go.
His last name is Good.
Oh,
Yeah, that was confusing.
that was confusing. I was like, that's not the proper grammar. It's well. She gonna raise him good.
Well, and right. Now, some of the family, they were quite skeptical that Josephine was fit to help out Clarence because most of them were like 99% confident that she'd been the one to take out her late and great husband, Norman.
Yeah, yeah.
But nonetheless, Clarence ends up living with Josephine.
The family was like, okay, but like if she tries anything,
You fucking back out quick.
run, I guess.
Yeah, like if she pulls a gun on you, we're calling it.
Yeah.
You know?
You
That's
gotta
where
be
we
the
draw
one
the
that
line.
leaves.
Yeah, exactly. So now everyone's living under the same roof, and it doesn't take long before Josephine starts to have an affair on Robert with Clarence.
Ew.
With Clarence.
That's her cousin?
That's her cousin, her teenage cousin.
Ew.
I don't know how
First
old she
cousin?
is. She's like in her late 30s or early 30s, late 20s, something like that. Yeah, first cousin. That's like her sibling's child.
That's so gross.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works. That's
No,
not how
that's not
cousins
how that
work.
works. It's her parents' sibling's child.
There you go. Her aunt's child.
It's her cousin. Some people call it a cousin.
You asked first, and I felt the need to further explain.
Well, I'm just wondering if it was a first cousin.
Or, like,
Not
a
that it
distant-
really matters, but like,
No, it's
God
like,
damn.
that shit's like a first cousin. So she starts having an affair with Clarence. And by affair, I definitely mean like she's molesting him because
that's rape.
fucking rape. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch me there. Okay, so here we are. Josephine's interest is growing more and more towards Clarence.
That's so gross.
Yeah, and she's becoming bored with Robert.
okay.
So
Okay.
this isn't good for Robert.
No, it's really not.
You know what I mean? Like, historically speaking. In the summer of 1990, Josephine ends up chasing Robert around the house, aiming a gun at him,
Okay.
and he jumps out of a second-story window to escape her.
Oh, shit.
He fucking
Superman's out?
sticks the landing. I don't know. But he survives the two-story jump.
What month was it? September?
Yeah, it's
it
the
snowing?
summer. It's the summer.
Oh, it's the summer. Oh, that's bad. There's no snow. Like fresh powder you
Yeah,
could
like
land
nothing
in.
to catch your fall.
Yeah.
No, he fucking sticks the landing
Tuck
and
and
then
roll?
books it
Wow.
for a mile to his parents' house, and he fucking lays low there. Lays low. Yeah.
Sure.
He's like, don't go outside.
Close the fucking windows. This bitch a coming.
Mom, lock the doors. I got myself into a pickle. It's so bad.
Goddamn neighborhood kids again.
Oh, God. Okay, so he lays low there
Yeah.
and, like, escapes her attack.
By the way, domestic violence is not funny.
Yeah, for sure. We're high. Which is worse, because now you're getting, like, the real us. No, it's not funny at all. And actually, it's very interesting, and I'll go into this in a minute, obviously, but, like, it's interesting because everybody's like, oh, he must have been under her spell, her voodoo spell. And the police are like, yeah, but like domestic violence against men is also a thing. Like,
Yeah.
You don't think it's happening often, but like it does. And it's just not talked about.
Yeah, like it's real.
So like, yeah, she could have been doing voodoo and shit like that. But like also,
She could have been threatening him.
yeah,
That he
and
can't
he's
fucking go anywhere.
scared for his
or whatever.
fucking life. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so he escapes and he hides out at mom and dad's house, and eventually he decides that it's time to leave Josephine once and for all. Like in this time that he's like hanging out for a minute, he's like, you know what, I gotta leave her.
Yeah.
I
Mom
can't-
probably had some sage advice.
Sage, get it? Voodoo, say okay. I cannot end up like Norman. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
done here.
He's like, not me. I learned my lesson from that guy.
Exactly. So he goes back, gets his shit, gets his own apartment, moves out, and
Okay.
everything is going great.
Okay.
But that wasn't going to stop Josephine. And on October 5th, 1990, Robert goes to the police department to file a report because Josephine had just chased him off the road while he was in his motherfucking car. How did Norman die? In the car on the side of the road. Allegedly, she pulled up alongside of him, and Clarence was in the passenger seat pointing a gun at him.
Oh, no.
Robert ends up slamming on his brakes, puts the car in reverse, and was able to escape. But he
Oh,
was
shit.
terrified for his life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he tells police, like, hey, man, I'm fearing for my life.
Side note.
Yeah.
Does this mean that he was probably the trigger guy for Norman?
That's what I'm thinking. He's like, fuck, I've seen this one before.
I
Yeah.
know this move.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Okay.
So he files a report.
Yeah.
In November of that same year, Robert had his family over to his new apartment, and everyone was saying that the spell was finally broken. Like, he was actually himself. Things seemed to be looking up for him.
Maybe he's just no longer in a domestic violence relationship.
Exactly. Like, he's able to be himself.
Yeah.
Well, less than a week later, at 2:30 p.m. on November 9th, 1990, Robert gets off of work and he heads home to relax, you know?
Uh-oh.
Kick my feet up, enjoy my
Uh-oh.
life. He opens the door to his apartment, and before he can even take off his jacket, someone was hiding in his apartment, fired 2 shots at him, killing him instantly.
Oh my God.
In his own motherfucking home.
No, he has so many kids.
So many kids. And he was like a good guy. Like, yeah, he
Yeah.
was cheating, but like, you don't need to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
He wasn't cheating on Josephine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a cheater in his
We have
previous.
some character flaws, but okay.
Yeah, but you don't deserve to die.
No way. So now the police are like, oh man, this isn't good.
Oh, would you look at that? We got another one.
And they're still hell bent on proving that she murdered Norman.
Yeah.
And Robert
Yeah.
was one of their like primary witnesses, suspects, somebody who could give them any kind of information.
Yeah, but was he talking to them?
Well, no, but they're probably were like, oh, she just got, like, they're keeping an eye on her. And they're like, oh, they're separated. We're going to go in and go talk to Robert and see, like, what the fuck was going on there. You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
should we suspect her? What's going on? But now he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So They push really hard, and with no evidence, really, they try to arrest Clarence and Josephine for Robert's murder. So basically, their whole case was that Josephine has this hold on Clarence and made him kill Robert for her. And they suspect, like you were saying, that Robert had done the same to Norman. Mm-hmm. So basically, each side piece was like murdering their predecessor. You get it? Like, this is Game of Thrones shit going on over here, okay? And so at this point, her whole family knew that Josephine was the one who murdered both of her husbands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they were so afraid of saying anything because they didn't want voodoo shit to happen to them.
It's not voodoo, bitch.
It's not voodoo. Voodoo. Well, maybe some of her curses worked. I don't know. Even Robert's own daughter, which is also Josephine's daughter, is the one that they had together. But even Robert's own daughter provided an alibi for Josephine and was like, yeah, she was where she said she was. There's no way she could have murdered Robert.
How old was she?
I don't really know, actually. I didn't really do the math or figure it out. She provides the alibi and then later recants it, like with police only. She's like, listen, my mom told me I had to say that shit.
Yeah.
And then when it came time to take the stand in her trial, because Josephine and Clarence get brought to trial for Robert's murder. Yeah. And all they have are witness testimony. Again, previously, but this time we're in trial. Witnesses are willing to testify. Okay.
Oh, geez.
So Josephine's daughter takes the stand and says, I don't remember anything.
Oh, no.
Because everybody's like, I don't want to get cursed. I don't want to be possessed, whatever.
Yeah.
So prosecution now has like legit zero evidence to link Josephine and Clarence to Robert's murder. There's no physical evidence, whatever.
Yeah.
And the case falls apart and Josephine walks free. But through trial, like walks free.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, my God.
For murder. So everyone is like, this woman has gotten away with murder twice, and that's not good. And again, she collects the life insurance payout for Robert's murder with Clarence, and they go on to live their life together. Now, poor
Clarence watching his fucking back?
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be like, this is not looking good. So poor Clarence, he's still living with her and under her quote spell, a.k.a. probably being abused by her. And his life was getting more and more miserable. He had no car, he had no money, and he was being isolated from the rest of the family. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, and like I don't think he even had like a key to the house or something, because this will happen later, I'll tell you. He was being restricted, like controlled by her.
Yeah. Well, and he was also really young when she first met him.
I know.
So that's a person that you are grooming and
isn't that gross?
To be your fucking weird.
So gross.
Blech.
So gross. So these are all bad signs for Clarence.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
Those are, yeah. I was checking them off.
Yeah, not looking good. So Clarence eventually runs away. He's like, nope, I've seen this movie. Out of here.
He's like, I ain't doing this shit.
Not interested. And so he was couch surfing at like people's homes, families' homes, whatever. And he eventually gets himself a job. And that's when Josephine starts to get worried, because if Clarence becomes independent, then he might spill the beans on like some shit that she might have told him, and like some voodoo shit that she might be doing. And he tells his family that Josephine had actually attacked him with a pocket knife and like was threatening to kill him, and that he feared for his life. Like, that's why I left, because she was scary. I feared for my life. That woman was going to kill me. I'm going to be next if I didn't get the fuck out of there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, on June 21st, 1996, Clarence was found murdered by a 9mm shot to the head.
Oh, my God.
And his body was stuffed in the trunk of his car. And he was only 28 years old.
Oh, my God.
So they had been together for a long, long time before all of this happened. And by a long, long time, I mean like 10 years? I don't know. Fucking longer than 10 years? Whatever. They had a chunk of their life together.
Holy shit.
And she shot him. So what's more interesting is that 2 months prior to this, Josephine had taken out a $100,000 life insurance policy on Clarence.
Of course.
And wouldn't you know it, she's the beneficiary.
Of course.
Family members said that when they were going through Clarence's belongings after he was murdered, they found like a black voodoo doll made out of like human hair and shit.
Ew.
So there's some evidence that she actually really was practicing witchcraft and voodoo.
Yeah, but like,
whatever.
Is that illegal?
No, it's not illegal at all.
Yeah.
But like, definitely in the 70s, frowned upon. And then
probably.
Yeah, we're in the 90s or something now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 96s. People are probably like, oh my God, voodoo witch, that kind of thing.
I guess, like Satanic Panic. Wasn't
Yeah.
it like the 80s, 70s?
Yeah, but still people love it. That's why I picked this story. I was like, ooh, voodoo magic.
That's fair.
Let me hear it. But also, like, who knows?
Probably wasn't doing anything.
I don't really know.
Maybe.
I don't know. See, this girl was like into it, okay?
All right.
Police are like, okay, this is a real issue now. Like, we know this lady is somehow involved in all of these murders.
Fool me twice.
Yeah. Shame on me. Yeah. Okay. So they're like, we really have to like figure this shit out. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is really not good. And they're like, it super sucks because anytime we try to get anybody to like testify, nobody will testify. They're all afraid of her voodoo spells and curses and shit.
Well, yeah, because the police can't fucking find any solid evidence against her to like.
Yeah, she's real good.
So she's just going to get out and kill them. I'd be afraid too.
Yeah, I would also. Totally get it. Everybody's like, oh no, witchcraft. That's real bad. And I don't want that on me.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So the police are like, fuck, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We got to get her. And so they start like to question, like, how is she able to keep these men captive and force them to do what she says?
Do they put an undercover agent in?
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yes.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that where this is going?
Yes,
That'd be
tell me
fucking
more.
cool.
No, they don't do that. But they're like, okay, so she's either really into voodoo or they're like, these men are being abused by her.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can't accept that, especially during this time. But police are like, okay, we're going to ignore the voodoo shit for now, and we're going to actually dig into this. So they roll up their sleeves, and they start to really investigate, okay? Like, I don't mean just, like, fucking scoot around with their little fingerprint brushes.
Yeah.
They're, like, getting in the trenches.
They're like, we're going to get some physical evidence.
They get, like, their fucking...
MacGyver magnifying glass out.
There you go. Ooh, it's like...
It's like charades.
Yeah. I was like, what is this thing?
A monocle, but bigger.
Yeah, with a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get their magnifying
looking for
glass out.
clues.
Yeah. A clue!
A clue.
Okay, they exhume Norman's body.
Oh, shit.
And
They didn't gather the bullet from the first time?
Great question. I'm going to be honest. I don't have any more information on that other than they just exhumed him.
What were they looking for?
Maybe the bullet. Yeah, I don't really know. But anyway, so they exhume his body to be like, listen, guys, we mean business.
We're really going to look for clues.
Figure this out. We were fucking around earlier, but like we're serious now.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you meant he was dead.
Yeah.
All right, now I'll look into it.
Let me pull him out. They also bug Josephine's home, fucking wire that shit.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to listen to her conversations. And they never hear her say anything incriminating, but they totally... What's that?
I said, well, interesting.
Yeah, by yourself when you always be like, fuck you, Robert.
Yeah, just like I killed you.
Yeah, with that 9mm.
Yeah.
No, they don't catch her saying anything incriminating, but they definitely hear her performing some rituals.
Oh.
And in those rituals, she mentions the investigators by name and is like wishing harm on them. So 100% she's putting curses on people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? I'd be like, I don't want to fuck around with that. I don't want to fuck around with that. Get me off the case.
What if the investigators left the case? Because they were afraid, like the families won't testify.
What if?
Do they?
No, they get a warrant. And they're
dang
like,
it.
yeah, let's fucking look at her house. I don't know how they get the warrant, but they end up with it.
But they were like, we got to break this curse.
Yeah.
So we got to get into our house.
It's like the mummy, you know?
Destroy the original cauldron.
Who can read the hieroglyphics? So, yeah, they get a warrant and they end up going through her house and they find massive amounts of like voodoo ritualistic things, you know, like fucking bones and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody would say that if they went through my house.
There's bones and hair in there.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of sage and tarot cards.
Yeah, and crystals.
Yeah, a lot of crystals.
Exactly. So they find some voodoo things. And in the garage, they end up finding a giant stain that looks like blood. And they literally take away chunks of the cement to be tested. And it does come back positive for human blood, just for the record.
Human blood?
Human blood.
I was going to think it was like a goat or something.
No, like sacrifice?
Yeah.
Nope, it's blood. But they still don't have enough fucking evidence for a murder charge. And Josephine, of course, is denying all relations with like voodoo or witchcraft. And she's like, I am a woman of God. I don't fuck around and find out about shit. Like, just because I like to rub olive oil on my head and anoint myself, that has nothing to do with anything. Even Jesus does that shit. Read it. It's in the Bible. I'm paraphrasing, but basically this is like the whole vibe she's giving is like just because I buy a Lucky Charm to do a lotto ticket doesn't make me a voodoo lady.
And they were like, what kind of curses did you put on the investigators?
Exactly. They're like, yeah, but we know that you do voodoo. And she's like, who do voodoo? Not me. Nope. Don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, she's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And
cackling in
the
corner.
breath of a frog's butt. I don't know. That'd be a fart. In case you're wondering.
Would be a fart.
Anyway, okay, so she's definitely casting spells on people.
Yeah,
Even though she's
yeah.
like, nah, that's not me.
But she's like, just because I cast spells every once in a while doesn't mean I murdered somebody.
Well, she didn't go that angle at all. She fucking full denial. She also explains that the reason that her family were saying these terrible things about her and then recanting them is because they were turning on her because she wasn't paying them enough attention. Now, I don't know if that means like monetarily because she was getting all this insurance money or what, but that is her claim. Like they're jealous, they're not getting enough attention, and so that's why they're pulling the shit.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But still, prosecutors are like, no, yeah, it's not it though, guy. So it's like really a thing.
I still kind of feel like you're guilty.
Yeah. Still, this is really a problem, but they don't have any evidence to like pin her on murder. So for 27 years from her first murder, Josephine roamed free because no one could 100% tie her to those 3 murder cases.
Oh, my God.
And then prosecutors eventually take a different approach 23 years later.
Okay.
Instead of attempting to prove that Josephine had murdered her lovers, they instead tried to charge her with mail and wire fraud for collecting $165,000 from all 3 of the men's insurance policy. Under the way they were going to like catch her is under this like Maryland's quote Slayer law. So the Slayer law basically says that like you can't fucking attempt to kill someone, solicit somebody to kill. Like you can't do harm to the person that's being insured and then collect money on it. So like if you kill the person and you're the beneficiary, you don't get the money. That's the Slayer law. Like basic normal life insurance law. But that's what the police are looking at. They're like, oh, okay, well, we can totally prove that she collected the money. So now all we have to prove is that she solicited at least somebody to kill them.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not that you even have to prove who did it, just that it's possible that she could have, right? I'm guessing that this was an easier angle because family members did step forward and say that. And there were people in her life that were like, yeah, she solicited me to kill XYZ. So they had some sort of evidence against that. Now, I don't know if it was like full on fucking courtroom testimony or if it was like old police files where it was like, hey, so-and-so said that you
Had done that. Yeah.
exactly. But it was more evidence. They had more evidence towards that than they did her murder,
Wow.
her murdering them.
Yeah.
This new angle that they take her to court and a jury finds her guilty of the wire and mail fraud and everything. And she ends up getting 40 years in prison for the fraud. And that was in 2002. So
Okay.
she was like 57. So basically a life sentence
Okay.
for her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that she ends up getting technically life in prison, but not for the murders. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that wouldn't be enough.
She's not a murderer still, technically.
Yeah, she just like did fucking mail fraud or
Yeah.
something, you know? But like, if that were my family member, I'd be like, not enough.
It'd be
No.
hard, though, because, like, the end goal is the same.
I guess. I bet her prison is kind of nice
Yeah,
for
it's
mail
better
fraud.
than... Yeah, it's very white collar.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's just my take. Neighbors did comment on Josephine's odd behavior and mentioned that one of her most recent boyfriends, so this is like the 27 years after Clarence was murdered,
Yeah.
she ends up getting a bunch more boyfriends. Who even knows? You know, I don't even know if they tied her to anything else.
Jeez.
She did have a more recent boyfriend who was a 48-year-old man by the name of Andre Savoy. The neighbors were like, he was always locked out of the house. Like he wasn't allowed to have a key. So if she wasn't home, he wasn't allowed in. Like it was like odd behavior, and everybody kind of felt bad for him. Like,
Oh,
it's
that
clear,
sucks.
it's clear that she wears the pants in this, you know, and all this. So this man ends up staying with her for years, and I think even after like the fraud case and everything, and then eventually he comes forward and is like, yeah, she was crazy. It wasn't good. There was some bad stuff. Like for sure she said things that proved that she murdered them. Like she admitted to me that she murdered them or said incriminating things, you know? And family members also come forward and say that, but like after she's in prison for fraud. So the last article I read did say that there was like a pending murder case against Josephine. Maybe because now that she's behind bars, people are less afraid of her and more willing to speak out and speak up.
When was she sentenced?
2002? Yeah. So I was going to say that that's the last thing that I read, but I'm not sure if anything ever really came of it. So that was, you know, 20 years ago now.
Yeah, I think it would say pending, even if they were just like, yeah, the case isn't closed. We suspect
We're
it's her.
talking about it.
Yeah, we just don't have enough evidence. But
Yeah.
like, they haven't done anything in forever.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's like, something
if
we're
some
looking
evidence
into.
falls into our lap, then
Yeah.
we'll
Wink, wink,
pursue
nudge,
it.
nudge.
Yeah.
Somebody help.
But otherwise,
It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I really have, but fucking voodoo shit.
that's exciting.
Oh, also, I probably fucking missed it because I was spitballing some of it, but she was also confirmed to be speaking with a voodoo doctor, like witch doctor, whatever, voodoo doctor. And I think the requests were for like to do harm on people, or like how to kill my husband.
Oh my God.
Basically with like voodoo. Yeah.
Like little tutorials.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine?
Being a Black Widow?
Yeah.
No. That
Not
sounds
you.
like so much work.
Not you.
Not me.
Anyway, so if you want to check out pictures pertaining to that case, go to isgdpodcast.com, where I have not posted pictures forever, but we're going to fix that.
Yeah, we are.
I keep saying that every fucking week.
Someday, though.
You know what? We just did a lot of things, though, for the
We did.
podcast.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to start seeing us just be very important and popular and famous because we are partnering with a company to help us fucking insert ads and
blow this bitch up.
blow this bitch up, pay us some money so we can do the shit live.
Nope.
Real time.
Yep.
All
the
in
time.
life, always.
Real
For
time.
a job.
For a job.
Support our families. Hit the road. See you guys.
Yep. Do all the things.
You know what we mean. You get it.
For our job.
Yeah.
Full time.
Anyway, so so that's exciting, right?
Yeah.
I'm super excited. So we'll figure that out. I forgot what I was saying. I was doing the outro.
Do the outro.
Anyways,
If you want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com. If you want to hit us up on social media, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at ISGD Podcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com.
also join our Patreon. For as little as $1, get one extra episode every month. And also, there are different tiers, and you could get behind the scenes fucking footage of us attempting to record this. And then if you want to snail mail us, do so at...
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
Which reminds me,
We have a package.
I think it's from April.
April.
Figueroa. Because we got an email from the P.O. Box saying that... Or no, from Amazon saying that we have a package
Ooh.
from April. So I'm assuming, because
Okay.
it doesn't have a name on the outside.
It doesn't have a name on the outside. Ooh.
Ooh, what's this?
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Wait. It says, after Stacy's water bottle fly, goddamn, I felt the need to help protect your beers. Oh my God, are they beer
what is it?
covers? Ah, you put it over your beer can. She got us two.
How
Why are you
kind.
so fucking nice?
How does it work? Protects drinks
covers-
from bugs, sand, debris, and cigarette butts. Fucking
Look at the
didn't know
picture.
that was
It
a problem.
snaps on your like tabby.
Oh.
These are really cool. They're like colorful little plastic things that go over the tab of your can. And then
It's
you
called a
swip-
beverage barricade.
Ooh, it is a barricade, a BB. And then you spin it around and it blocks fucking flies from entering your drinks.
How fucking cool is that?
Or cigarette butts. Like, don't put your cigarette butt here.
Not today.
Thank you. I'm assuming. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a lifetime satisfaction guarantee.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
You know?
Yeah. I wonder how many people cash in on that. Like, God damn it, my last beverage barricade.
The beverage
Yeah,
barricade
whatever.
broke.
Pull out that business card.
Thank you. How
April, you're so
nice.
kind. Thank you. Okay. And I think that's it.
Bye.
Until future episodes when we're inserting promos everywhere.
Yeah.
Bye.